What's up, you guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning back in for another fresh trading week here on this Monday. And yeah, I hope you guys were able to have a nice weekend. And right before I head into the video, I just want to start off by saying that it's my brother and I that have been making this channel and all these videos, right? And we switch off every week. I just wanted to remind you guys that because I know it can be a little confusing because we're identical twins. And yeah, I just don't know if any of you guys have noticed that, but every week we switch off. So this whole week I'll be making videos and uploading them, and next week he will. So yeah, if any of you have thought that we looked a little different or something like that, that's the reason. It's because we're two different people. And yeah, I just want to throw that out there for you guys. But as far as trading goes, let me quickly cover how I did on the day. I was up 62.97 on TQ, so I made the majority of my money thinking the market was going to rally up today, right? And I was able to also make $2.03 on SQ, so nothing much there. And here are all of my filled orders on the day, and 96 orders. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you'll know that that's actually very light for me. I usually have like hundreds of orders, around 300 to 600 filled orders a day, and today I kept it lighter because I was just happy with how my trades went. And yeah, I was able to call it pretty early. If you'll notice, my last trade was at 7:30, and that's only 1 hour after the market was open, right? So I traded for an hour today, and here are all the filled orders. Let me get that out the way for you guys so you can see better. But yeah, there you go for that. And here are all the filled orders just for you guys to have seen, but I'm going to explain to you guys how I was able to profit, what I was personally able to see on the day. So right around here was when the market opened up at 6:30 in the morning. And if you guys will notice, we immediately had this clear direction downwards, right? The push up for SQQQ. So the Nasdaq started to sell off, and I immediately started to want to go with direction on the day because I saw that the Nasdaq was pretty aggressively selling off, right? And it was just confirming a nice little resistance underneath this blue EMA line here. So anytime it would fall and try and pick back up, it would just keep falling and act as a resistance. And I just really wanted to go with direction, right? Direction was showing me that the Nasdaq wanted to fall. So immediately you'll notice my first trades on the day were on SQQQ, right? And I averaged up into it. And I ended up starting the day off up only like $20, $23. And I ended up giving it all back right here, and I'll tell you guys why. But I started to go with SQQQ, and where I ended up starting to get back my profit was trying to predict a bottom somewhere here for TQQQ. And let me explain to you guys why, exactly what I saw that made me think there could be some type of reversal here. It's always so important, like I stress time and time again, to look at the bigger time frames to just see potential areas the Nasdaq can bounce where it has before or get rejected. And right around here was when the market opened up, right at 6:30, and this was the play we were seeing. The market was falling, and I was doing my part and going with the direction, right? But ultimately, I knew that in the bigger picture time frames, there was a chance, not that it had to happen, right? I was basically looking out for both outcomes, but I knew that there was a chance that the market could have a nice bounce around here because it has in the past, right? Look at these previous times. The market, anytime it's traded around this area, has had these nice green candles to follow, right? Same thing right around here. This enormous green candle, nice support candle for a nice leg up. And right around here was the exact same. I didn't think it had to happen, right? I wasn't going to just keep going all in on TQs right around here. If the market wanted to keep falling and keep making newer lows, I was going to do my part in continuing to go with direction on the day. But what really led me to do it, and what led me to start changing direction on TQs here, was at any time the market, the Nasdaq, started to fall, when it formed a new low on some of these candles, that's why you'll see some chop here, it did have a nice little bounce after. So anytime it wanted to fall, it ended up having a nice bounce after. It would fall, have a nice bounce, and that was showing me signs that the market was trying to find some type of support around here, right? It didn't want to continuously just keep following this clear direction. It was trying to struggle around these areas, and that's what showed me that it was potentially going to form a support around here because it didn't want to keep falling. It wanted to almost bounce multiple times. And if you'll notice, it's when the Nasdaq was able to break this blue EMA line here, and it was really starting to act as a support now. What I mean by that is right along here, the Nasdaq kept falling because it kept getting rejected off of this blue EMA line. It was acting as a resistance. Anytime it would try and pass it, it would basically hit a resistance, right? Struggle and keep selling off. And it's not until we're able to get this break above and then we're able to hold where it starts acting as a support now rather than a resistance. And anytime it approaches it, it tends to act as a support, like I just said, right? To hold it in place and allow it to rally for these higher highs and these higher lows to form. So I was on the lookout for that, and right around here, 7:30, I was already done trading by this time. I was able to capitalize on this leg up right around here. So when I saw the market wanted to try and bounce around here, I did my part in getting into TQs at first only with a quarter, and I averaged in fully with the other 3/4 once it broke above this blue EMA line here, where to me it was showing signs it wanted to continuously uptrend. And a lot of you might think that it's premature for me to average up right around here, but just me personally, I've been trading the Nasdaq for a few years now, and I've found that for my style of trading, I prefer to get in a little bit earlier and just cut the trade immediately if it goes south. So I would average up if it breaks above the blue EMA line here, and if it were to fall back below, I would cut it immediately. And yeah, that's just the style of trading me and my brother prefer. We have before let the trade try and run a bit longer, and I've just found that it's harder to manage risks like that because I just want to cut the trade if it's not going well and I'm fully in immediately, right? I don't even want to risk writing it down for potential bounce. And yeah, that's why my brother and I tend to have a lot of trades, but that's what I was looking out for, and that's what allowed me to profit on the day. Here's the 5-day 15-minute, right? You'll see that it was not a big shocker. It shouldn't have been that a big change of direction like this. Someone could have seen it coming, right? You could have seen it coming and capitalized on it. And this is why it's so important, I'll tell you time and again, to look at the bigger picture time frame. Because if you weren't looking at the bigger picture, you wouldn't have even seen these potential support levels here, right? Where the Nasdaq has traded and bounced large. And you may have been so blindsided seeing the market falling so aggressively, you would have just been going all in only to get actually wrecked on the day because we ended up finding a bottom there and completely turning around, right, for a nice leg up. And yeah, we formed another little higher low here. I was looking out for that, right? Like I told you guys on the bigger picture time frames, and yeah, definitely could have capitalized on this better. I sold right around here, right at 7:30. The market ended up continuously rallying very, very largely for TQQQ, right? So much more margin you could have capitalized on, and yeah, it's just very exciting to see. I hope a lot of you were able to kill it well, and I hope you took away something positive from this video. And make sure to please leave any questions down below. My brother and I would be more than happy to answer anything. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning back in for another recap, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.